Hello everyone. As of now we have seen the Bootstrap, CSS components and the JavaScript. Now let us go through the Django web application development step by step. So in this series of a screencast we will discuss how to develop a functional blog application using Django, Bootstrap, SQLite and Python. So let us get started. Open your terminal and let us go to the desktop. Right, so in our previous tutorial we have made a folder called Bootstrap. Now let's say we'll make a folder or when we create the Django it automatically creates a folder. So let's make a virtual environment to start a Django project. So we'll give mk virtual env Django blog. So moment you give mk virtual env Django blog, it starts making the virtual environment and it stores inside the env folder of your home directory, and the Django blog will automatically get activated. Now after creating a virtual environment, now install the Django. When you install the Django, now there is two options you do have. The first option is either you would like to work on the latest version of Django or you want to work on a specific version of Django. So let's say if you want to work on a latest version of Django, what you need to do is you need to just say pip install Django. So this will install the latest version of Django. But let's say if you want to work on a specific version of Django, at Nescode we primarily work on the LTS release, long-term support release 1.8 and the latest version, so 1.8.16, which is the latest version. So for more details on LTS release you can browse through the Django project.com, and if you will go to the download, you will see this is the one version which is the latest version 1.10.3. if you want to see the LTS release, so this is the LTS release currently 1.8.16. so this 16 may come 17 probably 1 month down the line, but 1.8 would be fixed. So whenever you see 1.8 you can consider it is a LTS release, and this is the latest release. So based on your choices you can choose whichever option suits you. So here as I said, if you want to install the latest version you can simply say pip install Django, or if you want to say install the specific release you can give equals to 1.8.16. so this will install this specific version. So let's browse through the latest version, and when you install the latest version it collects the Django package from internet and it install within your virtual environment, which is Django blog. Now after creating a virtual environment and installing it, now let's create a project. To create the Django project you can give Django admin start project and project name. So let us give the project name Django blog itself. And why don't give Django blog project name as the virtual environment name, which we have discussed already in previous screencast. So moment you give this particular command, what it does is it has created a folder automatically on the desktop named Django blog. Now let's go inside the Django blog folder, Django blog, and see there is a one files and one folder is there. We'll discuss in details of the files and folder inside this particular Django blog folder, and we'll understand what basically it helps you, what are the work it does, and what is basically inside that particular folder and files. Now after going inside the project folder, so basically this is your project folder, right? And inside that there is again one Django blog folder. This is your settings folder. So as I said, it's a settings folder, so all the Django project settings would be inside the Django blog, this Django blog. That's the reason it is called settings folder. In next step we are going to migrate it. So you give python manage.py migrate. Now again, what is migrate command we'll discuss into the next screencast. So moment you do python manage.py migrate, you can see it starts initializing and creating the database for the various thing, various apps like admin, auth, content type and session. So all these 4 apps is already there into the Django, and you can see the various classes of that app is getting initialized and the database is getting created. So how the database is getting created, if you do ls, you will see one new files db.sqlite3. So db.sqlite3 is basically got created after python manage.py migrate itself, right? So we'll discuss in details about the SQLite database also in the SQLite section. After this step, now what we need to do is we need to create a super user. So to create a super user, you can give python manage.py create super user. So moment you give this command, system will give you an option to choose the super user as netcode. If you want to use, this the system name, so let's say your system name is Django, it will give you an option of using Django, or whatever the system name it will give you. So in my case, let's say I'm fine with choosing netcode, and let's say email address you can give info@hellodjango.com, and password, let's say I'm giving PASSWORD@123, PASSWORD@123, and obviously you don't give this password and you just keep it secret. Password is secret, so don't tell it to anyone, right? Great. So we have created a super user, and after creating super user, let us run the server. To run the server, you just give python manage.py run server, and when you run the server, it says starting development server at http://127.0.0.1:8000 port. So let us browse through this URL. And see, the server is running and it says it worked, right? Now what we are going to do is, since we have created the super user, let us see whether the super user is working or not. And to check whether super user is working or not, in the browser you give a slash with followed by admin. So moment you give slash followed by admin, you will see a login screen where the username and password which you have given while creating a super user, that you need to give. So in my case, username was netcode, and the password you already know, password is password123, right? So moment you give username and password, you are inside the Django administration admin panel. So inside the Django administration admin panel, you will see a lot of things which we are going to discuss in the next screencast. So one thing which we have to understand it very clearly here is, if you open your terminal where your server is running, you will see something here, get, right, and the post, right? Now it is very important what is get and post. So post is basically a method where browser bundles up the data, execute it for transmission and send it to the server, and then receives back the response, right? It's very simple. Now let's see what is get. this get. So get is basically just by reverse. Get by contrast bundles the transmitted data into a stream and use this data to compose a URL. That is the reason you have here get and post. To see more get and post, you can browse through, you can do the googling and you can see the read about what is get, what is post, and how it works in Django. So this is how you can see the lot of, whenever you do any operation, so you will see here get and post. So what we can do is, let us reduce the size of the browser and we'll see practically how this get and post is working. Let's make it a little bit more smaller. Great. Yes. Now let us click on user and see on the terminal what it happens here. Click on the user and see there is a get, right? And we have a username called Nescode, which is the admin. Click on that and again see the terminal. See, right? So this is get and post. So thank you so much for watching this screencast and see you in the next one.